Hey y'all, it's Anna V, and you, my friend, are listening to the All-American Wing Shooting Podcast. I am a hunter, conservationist, mom of 2 girls I have raised in the outdoors, and a proud owner of a truck full of dogs. My passion is guiding you to confidence, sharing in tradition, and celebrating the true meaning of success in the field. Here we go.
Bing, all you.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Sporting Life Legacy Podcast with Kevin Sterk up at Griffin and Howe.
Welcome back. How's things by you?
I feel like it's been ages since I got to lay eyes on you.
I think it has been, actually. It's been a while. So
We have so much to catch up on.
Right? Season's starting to turn. Hopefully we're finally done with the snow, right?
Yeah, it's 80s here every day now. I'm here in a jacket because I just don't want to give up. I don't want to give up winter.
Well, we had plenty of winter here. I'm going to tell you something, because we had, between 2 snowstorms, we had probably 36 inches of snow total. So I had machines up by the feed task area that had snow halfway up the carousels. So.
Yeah, we don't know anything about that.
And we had days, I had days I came in here, it was -4, -3, never got over 15 during the day with the sun. So yeah, we've had quite a winter.
Have you been able to use the new shooting house? The 5-stand?
We've been out shooting. We've been pulling the trigger. A little quiet, a little slow, but it's starting to pick up. Things are booking, so we're good. Yeah. Calendars are starting to fill up. There, I'm starting to get my mojo on here. All right, there we go. So that's about it.
If we rewind where we left off, it was pre-conventions. So we had DSC. We go to DSC now just because it's in Atlanta, so we were going back and forth every day. The highlight of DSC this year is Tater started playing and singing in people's boots, and she's waited years to be able to have enough songs to do that. And so that was super fun, because, you know, she's normally like a hunter or shooter at those events, but she got to take her guitar and show off those skills. And so that was so much fun.
Yeah, that's all good stuff.
Well, and then we had SCI convention, which Griffin and Howe came, but you were fighting storms.
Yeah, we were.
I was down here, Tristan and Nick came, and we talked so much about shotguns, and we had a bunch of ladies visit the booth. We raffled off 3 ladies trips to come to Griffin and Howe for 3 ladies to do a Learn to Shoot weekend. We have 2 weekends booked for that if anybody is interested in tagging along to learn not just shotgun, but pistols and rifles. We're going to have a weekend of all kinds of super fun, exciting events throughout the day. And that will be the first weekend in September and the first weekend in October. So we were busy booking those. That was like 10 days long for me. And I will tell you, like, from a personal perspective, it was the absolute best convention I've ever attended because I think things that I've been working on for forever finally fell in my lap.
Okay.
So, like, I had gotten involved with sables, and women just were just coming up, like, wanting to know more, wanting to know how to get plugged in. But I'll tell you, the key was having Griffin and Howe there on the floor, and me being able to have a home base and have the guys there. They bring such great energy, and we did a really cool podcast in the booth that's coming out very soon, and it just changed it for me. So I was thrilled to have the team there.
Excellent. Sounds like good. Time well spent. Time well spent. So sometimes projects take a while before they become what they before they come ripe, right? And then all of a sudden, they all come together, and this is why we did this.
And then I had to come home and take, kind of a sabbatical, have the wedding, and I have something to show you. I'm so excited about this. So the trend these days for people in our world is to have a decoy and have everybody sign it, right, at your wedding. at the reception instead of have like a sign book or whatever. So I had my buddy Pat Gregory make me one. But when I opened it, it was so beautiful that I didn't I didn't want anybody to sign it, so I created something else. But look how beautiful he is.
Nice, nice mallard.
Isn't he so pretty?
Nice mallard, right? So just, yep.
From
Well, you could have him sign the bottom, but that's good.
What now?
You could have him sign the bottom, but I like it keeping it the way it is.
I could have. I didn't think about that, but I was like, man, he's just so beautiful. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to keep him as he is. So we
Where's he
created
gonna
a
live?
different opportunity, but
Where's
that
he
was
gonna
so
live?
fun. He Pat is in Illinois. Yeah.
They got
So
a
I
good
actually
flyway up that way.
he referred me to the Caslows for a ladies event that I want to book for Griffin and Howe to do some decoy fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm just rolling it all out. I'm ready to get
That's
back on
good.
our
So
schedule.
tell me, how many did both those trips get that got bidded on? You had buyers that people are going to come out?
We have three.
Three.
We have three, and we probably booked probably 10 other ladies just from that one advertisement. So I think that was really big because the word will spread, you know. We probably, I don't know, what do you think we should do? Maybe only 10 to 15 people at a time anyway. So
Well, let's get it going. Let's see how it goes, and it's after you do the first one or two, you'll
I'm
get a
trying to
better
think of how many
understanding.
beds are there.
We got plenty of places to
How many
put
beds
people.
are there? That's what I'm worried about filling up.
You got plenty of places to put people. I think the thing you have to keep, you want to have enough one-on-one personal service so it's a real experience, not just a trip. And anybody can go on a trip, but we want a real experience. Like, so about 3 weeks ago, you know King Ranch,
Yes?
okay? So a couple of the folks from King Ranch come up and spent 4 days with us.
Yeah.
And they were just a pleasure to have here, and they got to shoot pheasant. They just had a whirlwind time. They just, from the time they got here to the time they left, we tried to make sure that their experience here at Hudson Farm was equal, or at least to the King Ranch in Texas. And they just
Yeah.
said, we have new friends in Texas now. So it was
Yay!
really good.
So in
Really
the
good.
past, I've actually worked with them, and so I'm planning our honeymoon to South Africa. We're going wing shooting. I finally am making the trip.
Big plunge.
Yes, and so I am filling my suitcase with King Ranch clothes. I love their style.
When is the trip, man?
What now? When are we going?
Yeah, when are you going?
August. So we're going to August. We're going to do upland and waterfowl, but we're not exactly sure, where those locations are because we'll have to wait on where they'll tell us where the birds are when we get there. So we're not going to a specific lodge.
Yep. And what season is it in Africa when you go in August?
They have opposite seasons of us.
Right. They're completely opposite, right?
So yeah, I was like, I think I just posted about this last week. Matthew knows the big game hunter, and I was like, I am not giving up hunting season to go with my dogs, to have to split it. And so when I was like, oh, Africa's opposite, I was like, now we never have an off season. And we just go somewhere all year round. It's about to be turkey season, and I run HRC in the spring. So that's happening. It's kicking off. Littles is a little bit out of shape right now, but we have pretty weather. She's been swimming every day, so that'll be fun. And Tater's got invitations to Alabama and Arkansas and Texas. So we've been doing school really hard so that we can get her turkeys in. And she started SCTP. Man, let me tell you about this. I am so excited about SCTP and getting involved with them. Planned a really cool ladies event today at State. But do you know that in Georgia, we will have between 450 and 500 kids shoot at state tournament?
Right? Because there is a lot of promotion. It's a great league. It's a great thing to get involved in. I was speaking with someone in Northbrook in Illinois, and the same thing. They were having a tremendous turnout with the youth program. And it's like, look, it's the future, and if you don't put the time in, and I'm happy to report that we are also here at Hudson Farm gathering up our pebbles and putting together another youth league. And
Yay!
SCTP is a great way to start it because that is the future. And unless you get them going, there's more and more pressure for them to do other things.
Well, not only that, but these kids get good young. And I
Young.
know we've talked all about SCTP on a past episode, but hearing how, like just coming off of convention and talking about, how do we grow the industry? Where do we spend our time and all this kind of stuff? And then Tater taking me right into SCTP that is our future. I mean, like I'm getting planted right where I need to be. And it's just such a
No, for
blessing.
you,
I'm
think
so
about this. For you,
excited.
it's instant replay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, for
instant
sure.
replay. So we've had a couple of kids here that have gone on to compete nationally, and they all started with that program 15, 18 years ago. They all started as 12, 14 years old, they got off on the right path, on the right foot. They got proper instruction early,
Yes.
and it projected their learning
Proper
curve at a very
instruction
different
was the
rate.
key.
Very
Exactly.
different rate.
Okay, so talking about that, this is my schedule coming up. So I will be there in June for the 3D archery event.
Here, yeah.
Yes, because we're it's the first weekend in June. It's going to be huge. If you guys shoot shotguns, if you are interested in 3D, I don't know if it's too late to register, but this is going to be a massive tournament. And you guys have built a new course for this. I mean, it's going to
Yep, we
be
did.
unbelievable.
Yep.
So we have that coming up in June. And then I switched another June date for July because at SCI Convention, we found out that the Garden State SCI chapter will be hosting another event at your place at Griffin and Howe. I think it's July 8th. So we're going to drive to Griffin and Howe, and we're going to be there for that event, and we're bringing Tater, and we're going to stay with you guys and let her pre-practice for nationals and hit nationals in Ohio on our way back.
Okay. We could do that. Gee, I wonder if she'll have any influence by some of the coaches around here.
I know, but here's the problem. Like, she won't get to practice all that much because she shoots a semi-auto.
We'll make an exception. Bring her gun.
Okay.
Does it fit her?
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
great with it.
Bring a gun.
So
And
that
if
is all
not-
of that.
Yeah, no problem. We got plenty of guns, but bring her gun. She can shoot
I'll
it
make
here.
sure that, you can set her
She's
up on that.
shooting 12 or 20.
She's shooting an A400 12 gauge.
Then yeah, don't worry about it. Bring it along. Bring the chokes. Bring everything, and we'll make it happen. Not a
Then-
problem at all.
Let's see, we've got our Learn to Shoots in September, October. We were talking about adding a Learn to Duck Hunt event for ladies so that we can use your new duck blind that you got built.
Yep. I have my whole setup up there now, which is currently being used quite a bit.
Yes.
So we're pretty happy about that. I'm going to start, I gave it off to advertising to promote, get that up on the website. We're going to start doing some waterfowl clinics, some introductory and maybe some advanced stuff. I'll bring a couple of coffin blinds in and possibly bring a layout boat in and set it out in front and set it up so teach people how to handle all the different disciplines of, whether it's in a boat, blind, coffin blind, whatever you might be working on. So when you go on a trip, you're somewhat aware of this is how it's going to go down.
And that is priceless because there's nothing more nerve-wracking when you have so much going on, It's just chaos when those big groups come in on you and you want to make sure that you're safe.
Yeah, it's I've done a couple of small clinics with this, but you'd be surprised how many people have no idea that there is a certain etiquette and behavior in a blind gun position, who's shooting what, who's calling the birds, who's going to play captain and say, hey, I'll call it. Otherwise I call it. Everybody's turns into a bunch of jack in the boxes, right? Birds are still 50 yards out and everybody's getting up to shoot. And it's like, and they wonder why they all flare. No one's taking charge. So we teach all that stuff, and it's quite helpful. It gives them a sense of this is how we're successful. This is some of the key ingredients on how it brings, a hunt with three, four guys, fairly new guys together, so they can be prosperous and have a good harvest. So look forward to it. I really do. We'll share.
Gosh.
Hey, we will share some blind time.
Say it is about time. Okay, so I do have some bad news. I swear, Kevin, my gun broke again.
You have some bad news?
My gun broke again. And I am like, what in the world? So I texted Steve on Saturday. I was at the course. I got 2 pairs off, and then the thing wouldn't close. I took it apart, and then it wouldn't go back together. And I'm just like, I'm over this mess. So I called Nick after Tater's lessons, and I told him, I was like, you get with Kevin. Kevin's got my measurements. Pick me out something. I am coming up there to get me a different gun.
Okay.
And I picked out a gorgeous one at convention, but she's not right for me. But I just wanted to have her. This, oh my gosh, I can't remember exactly what it was. It was a 20 gauge, or it could have been a 28, but I think it was 20, side by side. It had Damask barrels. It was stunning.
Yeah,
but,
then that's all great, but then you have to be so picky on the ammunition that you put through the gun.
I know. That's what that's why I went back home with them.
Look, man, my dream, shooting woodcock with a 28 bore with hammers is the way to go. But you're getting a little finicky now. But that's pretty much
just
King
showing
of the Hill
off
right there. Yeah, well, it's just this is where it's at these days. Yeah, we'll take a look when we come up here. Nick will find you something, but we'll at some point you kind of lose faith in the gun, right? You get it repaired a few times. It's kind of like you lose faith in the car you drive. It's like, I just can't rely on this. I need to move on. And firearms are no different.
I was like, man,
What
I
keeps
don't
going?
think I
What
put
keeps going down
10,000
with it?
rounds through this gun, but maybe I have. I've had it for almost 10 years, so.
Well, let me ask you this: how many rounds would you say you threw that gun?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I don't even know. I don't even know. I would say
5,000?
not as much as my tournament gun. Maybe, yeah.
That's not a lot of rounds,
I don't think so. I don't think so either.
Is it a trigger issue, or is it just not locking up properly, or?
It's not locking up properly. So remember we had the where the ejector got locked and then it wouldn't
Yep, I
close,
remember
all
that.
that situation.
And your local guy took care of that?
Yep, but we're not going to go back there. We're going to go to somebody that works more on
That particular
vintage
brand.
high-end stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
more of that eclectic stuff. So I don't know. I want to talk to him first, but I might just pack it up and send it to y'all. So if you have a gun issue out there and you just don't have confidence in finding somebody local because it's your baby, just ship it to Griffin and Howe.
Yeah, they'll take care of it. Got a good gang down there. They'll work out the problem.
Yes. And honestly, it is so cool that I kind of just want to, if I didn't need it, I would just wait and bring it with me. I
Right.
love hanging out at the gunsmith shop. I go every time I come.
Well, you got some real competent guys down there, and the key thing is when you're getting stuff repaired, you have to know theory. If you don't know theory and how it works, you can't fix something. No different from cars, firearms. If you don't know how they work, you can't fix it. You can't just change a part. It doesn't work like that. So, got some pretty highly trained guys down there, and it's typically the where, what started the incident, and instead of just a broken part, there's usually something that created that problem, and they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
So it was really exciting because I made new friends through this. And so there was this big clay shoot that day. There was guys everywhere. And I was in the pro shop taking my gun apart at the gun station, just looking things through before my coach came in. Because I normally just hand him all my problems, like my dad, and they just come back magically fixed. And I've been spoiled like that, you know?
Gun man.
Well, these other two guys come in and they are part of the side by side club and they shoot all the classics and all the things. And they were so nice. So now I may even have some cool side by side buddies here at home to shoot with.
There you go.
So, you know,
It's a different cult, it's a different regime, without a doubt.
I love that world. I love it. And I want to learn more. I wish I could just shadow Nick all the time and listen to him talk all day.
No, when you come down here, we could put you behind the counter for a couple of days. You'll see some stuff.
Yeah.
You'll absolutely see some stuff. But
we did have a great time at convention being able to go through all the racks because, man, how many guns do you think they had there? Probably, I don't know, maybe 60 guns?
oh, at least 60, 80 guns.
So.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Easy.
Check out.
There was a time when we went to SCI, like in Vegas. We had 250 guns. We had a big booth. We came loaded from everything from double rifles to you name it, we had it. So 60, 80 guns is, I mean, it looks like a lot, but you know, you have to be realistic when you do those shows and bring what you think you're going to sell and preview, you know, show your wares, show the products that you're going to be selling, and then bring some classics with you. You know, you can't bring the whole store. So I think he brought a good sample of just about everything we have. So.
Yeah, and I think the classics were the hit.
Yeah, well, people see things that they either see in a magazine or they see online, and here you get to a show like this where they can actually pick something up and handle something that they've only seen pictures of. And then they start getting a better idea of what it's really about and why people get excited about this stuff. Dynamics, the way the barrels feel, the way the gun opens and closes, you know, the actual handwork involved. It's a good experience for a lot of people. A real good experience, you know, something that they're local, especially if you live out, you know, in the rural area where your local sports shop has, you know, they have a few things in stock, but they don't have the kind of revenue that can. You've been here to Griffin and Howe, you've seen we've got 15 to 1,800 guns here in the store. They don't get this kind of exposure, you know, to a place like this. So they can't walk over to a cabinet and see 16 Fabries and probably 18 to 20 Purdy's alone, and Bosses and A&S's and all your Continental guns and all the new products. So it's a really good experience for a lot of people to see that and to pick it up and feel it, and they understand what it's all about.
Oh yeah, Paul was in great demand because he's the historian, and I think that he probably had more visitors than anybody else. Like, it was amazing to watch how many clients that you guys have that aren't local, you know, and I would probably say that's the majority of your clientele is non-local people.
You know how long he's been in this industry?
Yeah, he's been there for, was it 40 years? 30 years?
More,
No, was it 50?
his whole career. He's coming up on his 50th anniversary. His whole career he's been with Griffin and Howe. Okay? He's seen stuff. I would tell you, he's probably the leading authority on double guns in the world. Many people have said that if I want to buy a double gun, a big African double gun, if it don't pass muster with Paul Chapman, I ain't buying it. He's probably seen more and handled more double guns than anybody in the world.
Well, he had a line waiting to chat
quite a
with
few
him.
people will tell you that.
Yeah, it was like people came to the booth to talk to him about specific guns that they could, like you said, they could get their hands on at the show. But I mean, it was fun to be at convention at the booth, but there was nothing like just coming to the store and getting the full effect of Griffin and Howe. And it was just so fun. It was so fun to have them there, to have the history there.
It sounds like you had a good experience there. It sounded like it really came
God.
together.
I'm reliving it because as soon as I got home, I had to switch gears. And so this week I've just kind of got back to work and was diving into all the recaps and all the follow up and everything. And I was like, man, I am back on convention high. It's like I just left Nashville.
Yep, I get it. Hard to get back into gear on your normal stuff too. So
I don't even know what that was. I don't even remember. Like, so for me, I'm in the middle of building a new website, putting all my new promo together, the new programs will be launched. Everything is happening. I mean, we're on a countdown. It's all happening next month. So, I've just kept it all quiet, because what's there to talk about until there's something to see? But it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, and it's fun working with a marketing team because I'd been solo for my whole career, and it was like, man, I have all these amazing, exciting things going on, and like, who am I going to tell?
When you get involved with a marketing team, you find out that you don't know what you don't know. And some of the avenues that you think will promote business and build structure, you find out that that's a very small way of looking at it, and there's a lot different avenues to move the products and services forward at a much greater volume, and pick the tempo up and not have to wait so long for something to take off and get a life of its own. So
that is such a good point.
Like the old timers say, we got people who went to school for that. Right?
Yeah, and
we got people who went to school for that kind of thing.
When you're training, like back in our hardcore competition days, we didn't do anything outside of our bubble. There wasn't time for it. And I realized, wow, there's a big wide world out there that is interested in what we do and interested in our legacy life that we talk about building. And sometimes it's a new conversation for them, but people are very interested. And I saw that at convention this year, having random conversations. I cannot tell you how many times that I ended up at, there's this one restaurant where it's in the Omni, so it's right off the floor, right outside Music City Center. And it's kind of where everybody congregates during the day it's the closest place to get a real meal. And I met so many ladies in that place having these types of conversations and them say, well, I'm not confident in my shooting, but I love the outdoors. I heard that over and over and over. And I was like, girl, give me your number, because number one, I know exactly where to go for you to learn and leave within days of just exuding confidence. And number two, like, when you leave there, you're going to have a whole new outlook on what you want to achieve, because there's nothing that you can't achieve. And correct. That conversation happened so many times. I look forward to just having more time with these ladies, because selfishly they fueled me so much of realizing, wow, we have such a gift. And we talked about things on the podcast, and I come up there and we have our shooting time where we share about our experiences together, and it's like, oh my God, there's so many people that want to hear and want to participate.
Right, and you're finding out when you go to a large scale show like that, you're getting FaceTime with so many more individuals and couples that want to participate, but they don't have the access, or they have the means, but they just don't have the avenue to move forward with it and get proper instruction and get some kind of foundation and build that confidence, we'll say, well, now we can go on that trip, and let's do this and let's do that, because I have a means of learning how to do this and making it a successful trip, rather than, well, yeah, the accommodations were nice, this, that, but, there was too many negativities to their trip, and it's so easy to do. It's so easy to put together, with an
I think that
academy like
people,
we have here.
yeah, I don't think people realize how fun it is to prepare
Yep. Hey,
for the
talk
trip.
about prepare. What?
Yeah.
So you're in a new place. Now watch, people don't see this, but how many people have that much equipment to work
Right.
with?
I know.
We ain't
I'm
there
so
yet,
glad to
right?
be
Look at
podcasting
that.
here.
So that's just one side. So do we have any school guns? That's double
Okay,
line,
so
double road.
if you're listening and you're not watching, Kevin is
Right.
sitting in the shotgun room, we call
Yep,
it. That's
instructor's
their
room.
office in the pro shop at Griffin and Howe. And number one, what stands out besides this amazing rack of shotguns that range from everything from a silver pigeon to a blazer to
I've probably got about 20 Caesar Guarini Summits.
Caesar Greenies. I forgot about
8
those. Yep.
Lady Sirens. I have a Blazer Intuition. I have Beretta 694s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably have 6 of those. Three of which are left-handed. On the other side, I have 28 gauge. I have 20s. I have enough equipment to pretty much take anybody where they need to go. So it took a while to build this inventory. It took a while to build this toolbox.
Yes, the toolbox. That's what I was going to say. So not only do you come in there and depending on how much time you have, you're going to get fitted with a proper gun because they're going to make sure of it. And they have so many tricks up their sleeve to make sure that before you even leave the pro shop to go out on the course, your gun fits properly.
Yeah,
and then when you come back, they have this fully set up like gunsmithing station that feels like a classroom. Because they're going to teach you anything you want to know. If you want to learn how to clean your gun, if you want to feel confident breaking it down, whatever. There's paper that they send you home with, like lessons on paper.
Part of the lifestyle. You got to know it all.
It's so educational. It is just such a pleasant experience. So I'm glad I get to see it. But my favorite thing in that room is that custom carpet.
Is that it? Really?
Carpet.
That's it, right?
Everywhere there. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things.
So we have a new laptop here in the back, so we are self-sufficient. We don't have to sit in the restaurant anymore and get this done. So we're in pretty good shape. So listen, I don't want to wrap up too early today, but I got a couple things I got to get done. So I'm going to have to wrap it up early on this trip, and we'll get on a regular program.
Yes, we're
Like
back
we
every
were.
other week.
Yeah, every other
Tuesday.
week work, and this time basically works.
I'm going to post all of our events that we have coming up at Griffin and Howe so that people can find them on Instagram. They'll be on the website. There'll be a link from Griffin and Howe to go to AVO so people can find us. And if you're listening to us and you think, man, this is so perfect for my wife, my girlfriend, my girls, we want to hear from you. So don't have any questions, reach out to us. You can call Griffin and Howe, talk to Kevin. You can always message me on Instagram or through my website. We would love to hear from you. We would love to walk you through this life we love.
Just love to do it. Okay.
The dawn's finally breaking as I leave this sleepy town. The sun is slowly rising and the fog is on the ground.